You're late again.
Yeah, I had to get catch-up homework.
You were moving your feet. Plant them next time. Draw a charge.
Please sit down.
Oh, these your new hate friends?
No, I don't know them.
Well, I guess you won't care if I hit him right now.
What if the story didn't end at Starcourt Mall? What if Billy survived and something followed him back? Some battles don't end with a victory, they echo, and sometimes they return louder than before. Months after Starcourt Mall burned, Hawkins had grown quieter, but not safer. The mall was gone, the Russians vanished, the Mind Flayer defeated, at least that's what they told themselves. But trauma doesn't just vanish, it mutates, and some monsters adapt. Billy Hargrove was alive, but he wasn't the same. He moved like a man chasing redemption, but haunted by the steps he used to take. His body bore the scars, his mind carried the rest. After the explosion, he vanished, by choice. No police, no interviews. Just a broken man who saved the day and slipped away before anyone could decide what he deserved. Max knew he was alive, 11 did too, but they kept his secret. Out of fear, the world wouldn't understand, or worse, wouldn't forgive. Then the static returned. It started small. Lights flickering, radios picking up strange frequencies. Then the headaches came, first for Max, then for Elle, and finally, the visions, a door, a heartbeat. A voice that didn't belong to this world. In the void between worlds, something had survived. The quiet was a lie, storefronts reopened, kids rode bikes, and Hawkins pretended nothing had happened. But the cracks showed. Dogs barked at shadows that weren't there. Pipes moaned under empty houses. The static on late-night TVs sometimes shaped itself into faces before fading. Max lay awake more often now. Every flicker of the street lamp outside her window made her pulse quicken. Once, just once, she swore she saw her brother's outline in the static, silent, waiting, like a ghost that hadn't decided if it was welcome. Not the Mind Flayer itself, but something born of it, a fragment, a parasite, a new shape crawling out of the pieces left behind. It didn't need a gate to cross, it already was the gate. Back in Hawkins, 11 felt it stirring beneath the surface, like gravity pulling at her soul. And Max? She couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw her brother. But not the version who stood tall at Starcourt. No, this Billy was screaming, veins black with something worse than before. And that's when they knew. Whatever followed Billy back wasn't done with him. They found him in a cabin outside of town. Beard scruff, eyes bloodshot, shirt clinging to bandaged ribs. He opened the door expecting ghosts. What he saw instead was family. Max, they're back, whatever they are. Billy, you shouldn't be here. 11, you're the reason we're alive. Now we need you to help us stay that way. Billy didn't answer right away. He stared past them into the trees, where the wind didn't blow right, where shadows twitched on their own. Something had followed him, and he could feel it breathing behind his ribs like a second heartbeat. He didn't come back for redemption, he came back because he didn't have a choice. The group met in the gym, like a war room disguised as detention. Steve, Dustin, Lucas, Nancy, Robin. Erica rolled in late with a duffel bag full of firecrackers and sass. Erica, I'm not dying for a guy who once called me ankle biter. Dustin, he did save the world though. Erica, one time, let's see if he can go 2 for 2. The parasite wasn't just looking for a host, it was looking for home. The infection had started in the tunnels beneath the old steel mill. Now it was moving through pipes, soil, memory. It could taste fear. It could smell guilt, and it wanted Billy back. The final showdown wasn't a fight. It was a choice. Billy faced it alone, deep below the town in a maze of rotting roots and concrete veins. Max followed anyway. So did 11. And this time, she didn't come to stop him. She came to stand beside him. Inside the chamber, the walls pulsed like a heartbeat. The parasite had no form. It wore Billy's face. It whispered his sins back to him. All the fights, all the fury, all the pain he never healed from. Parasite. You were always the monster. I just helped you show it, Billy. Maybe. But I chose who I am now. And I'm not you. Then came the real moment. 11 took Billy's hand. Max stepped forward, and the three of them, together, unleashed a psychic backlash so strong it split the concrete floor in two. The parasite screamed, but it wasn't just pain. It was fear. Because for the first time, it wasn't facing weakness. It was facing unity. The chamber collapsed, the tendrils burned away, and Billy stood, not as a weapon or a victim, but a protector. Back on the surface, morning broke over Hawkins. No one would ever know what they stopped, but they didn't need to, because they knew. And for Billy Hargrove, that was finally enough. Billy leaned against the frame, ribs bound beneath his shirt, eyes hollow from nights without rest. For a long moment he said nothing. The silence pressed heavier than the woods around them. Max, you're alive, and you didn't tell me? Her voice cracked between fury and relief. Billy, I didn't know if it was me that walked out of there, or what was left of me. Elle stepped forward, studying him like she could see more than scars. 11, you saved us. That wasn't the monster. That was you. Billy shook his head, a bitter laugh escaping. Billy, you don't get it. I feel it every time I breathe, like it's still under my skin, waiting. Max swallowed hard, her hands trembling. Max, then don't carry it alone. For the first time, Billy's eyes softened. He wasn't forgiven, but he wasn't abandoned either. The sunrise hit different that morning. Golden light poured over the rooftops, softening the town that had survived too much. Billy stood apart from the others, shoulders hunched, but for the first time, not running. Max walked up slowly, slipping her hand around his arm like she had when she was younger. He didn't pull away. 11. Is it over? Billy exhaled, staring at the horizon. For now. Elle felt it too, that for now was heavy. Somewhere, deep beyond Hawkins, the Upside Down was stirring again. But for today, they had won. What do you think? Could Billy ever really escape what was inside him? Or did he just learn to fight it better than most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next in our Stranger Theories series.